I look like a peer girl. I know, I'm so peer and cute and peer, and then BAM! There they are! Get sluts!
Hello there, welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff happening in the VTuber world, and today we take a look at Nini Jumpscare. This is a clip that went viral on the internet. It features a very innocent young lady suddenly taking off her clothes for no apparent reason. This clip has now gained 2.5 million views, probably because of the gap moe of a very innocent girl suddenly becoming very perverted.
I look like a peer girl. I know, I'm so peer and cute and peer, and then BAM! There they are! Get sluts!
This popular clip, just like anything else on the internet, has now become drama. That's right, drama. Both the VTuber featured in the clip, Nini Yuuna, as well as the artist, or rather the rigger, responsible for making the art piece, are now angry at the fact that people are making YCH poses based on this clip. To truly understand what the controversy is actually about, you must understand what a YCH is, which I will explain right now. YCH stands for your character here. What it is basically a pre-made drawing that you can ask an artist to personalize for you. For example, if you take a look at this face that's a little sleepy right here, you can basically ask the artist to draw your hair, draw your clothes, and draw your eyes onto the character, and it will have the same expression. That is basically the YCH base. YCH is very commonly used for emotes, especially on Twitch. This is an example of a YCH emote. You can see the poses are all the same, the faces are all the same, but what's different is that the artist has personalized how the YCH looks based on the VTuber in question. There's pink hair here, there's yellow hair here with some fantastical elements, probably reflecting the VTuber that the artist is trying to draw. The reason why people use YCH bases, especially for emotes on Twitch, is because it makes it easier for the artist to draw tons of different artwork. Because if all you're doing is drawing onto a base, like something right here, you can basically churn out a lot of art very quickly. And since a lot of people need a lot of emotes very quickly and they can't really pay for that many illustrations, they can just ask for like a YCH base, which is much cheaper than making an original emote based on original illustrations. This is cheaper. And by the way, I just want to say YCH bases on their own are not an issue. They are never an issue. The real issue here with Nini Yuuna's artwork that's copied is that people are basically making YCH bases by tracing the artwork you see right here. And that is why the VTuber you see right here is angry. And she's already made an official response, which we'll cover in a bit. The artist has also put up his official response, telling everyone not to trace the art and not to turn this into a YCH base. We will go through this later on. So let's start from the beginning. This is basically the clip that went viral, 2.5 million views. You can see the person who saw the tweet become famous started promoting a lot of things, like telling everyone that the VTuber featured in the viral clip is actually a very good cook, which, true enough, a lot of the food that is shown here as well as the desserts, all of them look hotter than the anime girl you saw in the clip. At least that's my personal opinion. Anyway, just as many people use the popularity of the clip to promote their own preferences, many artists have also decided, many artists have also decided to take advantage of the situation to promote their own services by making a quote retweet, just sharing the tweet of the viral clip, and then on the tweet itself, they'll say, hey, if you want to make something like this, I can make it for you. If you want this exact pose, this ogle where you go from an innocent clothed young lady or young man to a naked or halfway naked young lady clad in underwear, then we can make it for you for $150. It's usually $500, but we're gonna make it for you for $150. A lot of artists piggybacked on this trend, which is pretty normal. Whenever you have something get popular, you can see a bunch of artists who will try to make art raffles and giveaways to anyone who just likes and retweet their post. And they do this because they want engagement bait. They want more attention for themselves. And this is a very common behavior, which is pretty much accepted within the Twitter sphere. A lot of different communities outside of the VTuber community, outside of the YouTubing community, even if you look at the normie celebrities and whatever other parts of the internet that Twitter operates in, you will see this kind of behavior where people will just quote retweet a viral tweet and then add their own thoughts on the situation. You can see this one. Mirio is an artist who's offering an art and rig raffle for this specific style, which means if you like and retweet the post, you get to have a toggle in VTube Studio where you go from pretty girl, fully clothed, to a girl that is wearing underwear. Okay? This is for engagement bait. You have another one trying to get more attention for themselves, and this one, Kei Kohana, is saying, I can definitely do something similar for a male version, and it only costs $150. You can see Yoniko saying, are there any VTubers who want this exact toggle? I will do it for $200. Nico Zen Studio, the literal studio, and it's saying, hey, I'm gonna open a raffle for this kind of art and rig. If you want to enter the raffle, just like and retweet and follow my account. There you go, engagement bait. This is pretty common behavior, seen widely across different places around Twitter, generally accepted. And if you go further, you can see people sharing their own art and retweeting and quoting Nina's Jumpscare alongside their own art. The bunny girl right here, pretty nice. You can see someone else with a whole live 2D piece of work, and they're retweeting Yuuna's Jumpscare. None of these are problematic. None of these are problematic. It is generally accepted behavior for people to, promote their own art whenever something goes viral. It's a very common piece of behavior, okay? That's not the real issue, okay? I know there are people saying they don't understand why almost all the retweets are like people saying, hey, I want to do the same, post your ref here, blah, blah, blah. This is common behavior. What is not common behavior is tracing the artwork and then making YCH bases like this one, where it's clear that it is traced. Now, I'm not saying this specific tweet is like tracing Nini Yuuna's artwork in this scene right here. I'm not saying that. I'm saying there are people who are doing something similar and they're saying, hey, I want to share this YCH with you all through a little art raffle. You just need to give me a like, a retweet, and follow me if you haven't yet. And just share your original VTuber art in the replies, and I'll just draw over this YCH base. And this is basically what Nini Yuuna was talking about. Now, she's not talking about the post specifically, but she takes issue with the fact that people are tracing their YCH. Again, I'm not sure if this is traced. I'm just giving you an example of what Nini Yuuna is talking about. That's all I'm trying to do, okay? Just to try and explain the situation, so that he's also offering to provide you with a YCH art and rig, and you can see they are sharing a quote retweet. This is the YCH base. See, it's pretty different. You can see the hands are different because they are in different positions. See someone showing off their VTuber model, wanting the artist to draw over the YCH bases. And I'm just gonna say this, I'm not sure if this is traced, I don't think it is, but that's what Yuuna is trying to say. She doesn't want people to make YCH models with the exact pose where the artists are tracing it. That's it. For the sake of clarification, let's go to the tweets so you can have Yuuna's first-hand explanation for what she doesn't want people to do in regards to a viral toggle or clip or whatever. So Yuuna is saying, please don't make YCH models with my exact pose. There's a lot of different poses to decide from. I didn't want to say anything concerning models so that artists and riggers could pursue it creatively, and I didn't create anything, but please be tactful about this. He continues, this was a fully commissioned model. I did not get a YCH, and my artist and rigger do not offer YCH comms. Please keep this in mind. Yuuna continues saying, I love to see all the things people are coming up with, but there is a line between inspiration and taking credit for something you didn't draw. Please don't misinterpret this lol. I'm just basically saying, do whatever your heart desires, just don't trace it. And that's what I'm talking about. That was what I was talking about earlier. Don't trace it. This is what she doesn't want people to do. Anyway, please don't misinterpret this. I'm basically saying do whatever your heart desires, just don't trace it and advertise it as if you drew the original model. Yuuna would also apologize, saying, I keep coming back to this. Sorry, I keep coming back to this and wondering if there was any way to write it better. No, there wasn't. And not from a place of frustration, but I really want to stress that it's not for me. It's truly for the respect and gratefulness I feel for my artist and rigor. And I'm really sorry if my wording made it seem like I was claiming anything. I tried not to use super accusatory words, but being vague doesn't really help anyone either. I'm sure no one wants to be referred to or compared to either, and your model is your model, so I just want to make this clear for everyone. We will come back to Yuuna later. Let's take a look at something from the artist. Well, actually, let's take a look at this person right here, Miss E, and they're trying to report all the VGen artists that are offering YCH bases. I don't necessarily, but he's saying, I report on VGen all artists who quote Vander's tweet with their YCH VGen link, heavily referencing and tracing 98% of the model and pose by quoting Yuuna's tweet. And you all should do the same. It's so disrespectful to everyone who worked on this project. This is Anguhai. This is the person responsible for making the rig for this toggle model right here. Anyway, let's see what he has to say. I'd appreciate it if people don't advertise their work onto this post. Too late for that. And I, the artist, have worked very hard on this. I was not going to say anything, however, it is getting out of hand with the YCH bases. Some free, some not. There have been multiple posts that are clearly traced. By the way, I just want to clarify, the 2 YCH poses I showed you earlier, I'm not sure if they're traced or not. I'm just showing you those tweets with the YCH giveaways because I want to show you what YCH is and what some people are doing. That's all. Okay, I'm not sure if those are traced at all. But anyway, Anguhai continues saying, there have been multiple posts that are clearly traced, and I've spent hundreds of hours on this model, and if you remove the hair and clothing, the base is nearly identical to the original. It's completely fine to take inspiration and put your creative twist on it. Copying the pose was never the issue, but when I see YCH bases and traced artwork increasing each day, I have to express that please be mindful and respectful to the original creators. Your actions are hurting not only our feelings but our reputations. Using traced work violates the ownership and misleads people who are unaware of the original source material, which can lead newer members of the community into being scammed. This no longer just affects the artists, but also the future clients and the community. These issues have always been a stigma on this community. Yeah, it's been done many times, and countless times has proven that tracing someone's model is not acceptable. A lot of people have expressed their discomfort when seeing others quote retweeting and advertising their own commission without the artist's rigor or client's consent. From our point of view, we deal with the amount of QRTs overshadowing the original post. These are other commissions offering to do the same but using our work as a demonstration. I don't think that as creators we deserve to be treated in this way. Art is meant to bring dreams, not drama, to life. Too late for that. It is now drama. Congrats! After seeing the post, Yuuna, the person featured in the vtuber clip we saw earlier, would say thank you to everyone that has been nothing but kind and supportive. And for anyone throwing insults and accusing me of claiming ownership of a pose, I really hope you can take some more time to read things carefully in the future. I owe everything to the artists in the community, and I hope this does not discourage anyone from also pursuing these types of models. Truly, you should show the world how great your ideas are. And now you have someone agreeing with Yuuna, with someone saying, this situation is so messed up, tracing art has never been acceptable in any space, especially when they profit off of it, devastating what some people do to try to make a quick buck while ruining a community and its artists. They should always be respected, referring to the artists. And that's it, that's the entire drama. It spawned from just a random VTuber playing with a toggle where she went from wearing her clothes to not wearing her clothes. And I guess this feels a little personal because she wanted to commission the model, and apparently the inspiration was from Idolmaster, with Yuuna saying the inspiration for the model originally came from Shiny Colors Idolmaster. Everything goes back to Idolmaster. One of my favorite branches and my favorite idol, Amana. I've always wanted a post/unique POV model, so I'm happy it was executed perfectly with all of our hard work and adjustments. When something is personal, And when it comes from somewhere close to the heart, you tend to get a lot of misgivings when someone else take that away from you, whether it's through based art or whether it's through YCH poses. So it's basically a situation that is quite emotional. But the thing is, people like quote retweeting like something viral and then giving their own opinions or trying to solicit, promote their own work is very popular on Twitter. So avoiding it and expecting change is basically impossible. It's very common. I say from the start, it is very uncommon. Common on Twitter for things like this to happen. So don't expect any change moving forward. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. This is Terry Nebula signing out.